Hey, I forgot to hit record on my computer. Enjoy the sound from my iPhone. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pastor Jay, and if you're new to this channel, I make Bible study videos. First off, if you notice, I'm wearing the same shirt as I did in the last video. It's because I made this the same day as the last video. But I just want to give kind of a life update, because I keep doing this. I need to discipline myself to make videos. I really do. Um, so my life has been crazy, but good. So trying to think when Men's Retreat was now. It was February. It was in February. And Men's Retreat was so good. Like, the Lord did so much in my life. And, I just some things that I learned about being a man. And I did not want to leave God's presence. I was just so excited and just wanting to be in His presence. And the Lord set me free from a lot of hurt and a lot of like unforgiveness and stuff. And after Men's Retreat, that Thursday or whatever, which in my last video I said it was a couple weeks from that day. Well, our prophetess in our church led me through deliverance, and basically what happened, and I'm not going to go into every little detail, but basically she took me through my past and just had me forgive everyone who has hurt me. Let me tell you, it was like it wasn't me. I started crying uncontrollably to the point I was shaking, and it didn't feel like it was me. And I really believe that there were some demons attached to me and that they were released. And now, like, man, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for everything. The fire inside of me has been reignited. The addiction that I had is like little to none. I mean, it's amazing. I'm completely set free, and I was so excited to be in the presence of God. There was this youth conference that was coming up, and our school was going to it, and I just told them, sign me up, I'll go. I was going as a chaperone. I just wanted to be in the presence of God, and I was really praying and hoping that the students that we were taking they would just have an encounter with God, and they did, and I was so excited for them. Like, they told me like what God did in their lives, and it was good. It wasn't just like small. I mean, it was some big stuff, some big breakthroughs, and man, I was so excited. There was a point in the conference where the speaker wanted us to practice prophesying over each other. And at one point, they gave us these like special wristbands. Like, we had these wristbands and we had like a lanyard, but they gave us these special like paper ones with colors. And we're doing like teams and stuff. So I was on the red team, my favorite color, so that was cool. So we got with our teams, and they had us pair up with someone, and they wanted us to practice prophesying over one another. So the one guy that was sitting next to me, actually, before he even said to prophesy, to pick, like, to look at someone or whatever and lock eyes with them and then go up to them, before he even said to do that, I just felt like this guy next to me, that I needed to go to him, that he was telling me something. And so as soon as he did that, I looked over, and then I went to him. He was basically right next to me because we were all sitting down on the ground. The Lord gave me, he told me that this guy in the past has used him for healing people and whatnot, and that he's going to continue to use him in a very amazing and mighty way. And the guy stopped and kind of thought, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, he has. And he goes, in fact, last night I prayed for a student, and I looked over afterwards and just could see that he was set free. And I was like, oh, praise the Lord. And then he told me that I came expecting something, and that I was going to get everything I was expecting. And I did, man. I just came expecting to be in the presence of God and to just be filled. And man, I was filled and overflowed. I also got something I wasn't expecting. So we were playing, so they had these games and stuff, and they were playing the games for prizes. And one of the prizes was an Apple Watch. And I made a joke to my students, and I was like, hey, you guys should win the Apple Watch for me. And the leaders were allowed to participate in the games and stuff. And there was this one game we were playing. It was a rock, paper, scissors game. And they called it like rock, paper, scissors, Congo. So basically the loser would go to the back of the Congo line. I had the favor of the Lord on me. I won like 3 times in a row and won the whole thing. I got everyone in my line. So yeah, they called me up and they're like, you realize you won an Apple Watch, right? I was like, what? And I was wearing another smartwatch that I had. They're like, that's not an Apple Watch, is it? I was like, no. And yeah, so I won an Apple Watch and I have an iPhone now. So I was like, whoo, I was so excited. I thought that was really cool. But God has just been so good. And then very recently, and I'll end it on this. But I've been starting to go to the lady that I was telling you that led me through deliverance. She has classes, like I think on Sundays and Monday nights. Monday night's more of a class. I think Sunday nights is something a little different, but she has like a prophecy class where she kind of teaches you like how to prophesy and whatnot, what to do, stuff like that. So I was there, and man, there's something else I want to say, and I'll get to that, but it was so good. Like, I was so filled, I was overflowed, and there was a point where these 2 leaders were praying for me, and I was slain in the Spirit. It was so good. And but there was a time where, so in college, God gave me a vision for something for my future, and he kind of showed me that like a ministry school that I felt like he wanted me to start, but it was for like homeless kids and kids in troubled homes and stuff. And I believed that my wife was gonna be a part of it, and my wife agrees. And she was gonna be kind of like the younger, so from like baby all the way up until right before middle school, and then I was gonna have the middle school and high schoolers. Anyway, so this lady came up to me, and I know who she was, and she said she felt like she could see that me and Hannah were gonna start an orphanage, and I was like, what? I was just like, oh my goodness. So it was confirmed. This is the first time this vision has ever been confirmed for me. And I was just so overfilled with joy. And then I'm going to back up a bit. So the Tuesday after I was led through deliverance, it was a Tuesday. So on Tuesdays we have like these prayer meetings. We have one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. During the morning time, it's just so excited to be there. And usually I'm not. Like, before this, I was like, I hated going to the prayer meetings. It felt like a chore to me, But this time, man, I was so excited to be there, and I just have been now. And there was a time I was on my knees, and I just felt the only way I can describe it was like a tsunami of God's peace just overwhelmed me. And I could I just felt so much peace. And then another day, I was at school. The main teacher had us do this, like, she wanted us to kind of like read Psalm 91 and pray over it and whatnot and ask God to like give us something. And I had some music playing on my laptop. I'm pointing over here because my laptop's right here. And it was just like soaking music. And during that time, I had a vision. I feel like it correlated with that time. I felt like this tsunami of peace came over me, and I just had this vision. And it was before I watched the Jesus Revolution movie, and you'll see what I'm saying here in a bit. But I had this vision where I was in the water. I was like in the ocean, and I was probably like, I don't know, a couple feet down from the top. But I was just kind of like laying, I was like looking up, and I could see like the sun, and I just felt like this heavy peace. And it was like I was drowning, but it wasn't a bad feeling. It was just, I was so at peace. And what was the craziest thing is that exact vision was in the Jesus Revolution movie when Greg was baptized. If you watched it, you'll know what I'm saying. And I was just like, what? It was just so awesome. So God has just been, he's been good, So that's what's been kind of going on in my life. And yeah, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what God has for me. And I'm just praying that he uses my channel to reach so many people, and that God continues to grow it, his ministry, because this is his ministry. It's not my ministry. So I hope this blessed you guys. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what's been going on. God bless, guys.